Don't laugh, but I actually used to have nightmares about the premise of this movie. Now, really, when I was younger, right, I used to think, what would happen if lizards and snakes and insects all got big? I mean, real big, bigger than us, so they could step on us and eat us. I used to think of shit like that. It used to scare the shit out of me. Really, I used to walk around trying not to step on any insect or nothing, just in case that happened. And then they came back for revenge. Now, seriously. So when I saw this film, I was like, I could have wrote this shit. They stole my idea. Better yet, they stole my nightmares. Love and Monsters. So the movie's basically about a meteor was about to hit the planet, but the humans managed to blow it up. But then little pieces of the meteor fell down to Earth, and whatever was in those little pieces managed to mutate all the animals. Now, not all, but insects and lizards and stuff, like the animals from my nightmares. And the humans had no choice but to go live on the ground. A whole lot of people got killed, obviously, because the animals took over. And the rest of the humans basically went underground to live in bunkers. I think that's pretty much what the movie's about. But the adventure doesn't start until our main character finds his girlfriend through radio somehow. He managed to communicate with her after 7 years, right? But one day, out of nowhere, without even warning her, he wakes up and says, fuck it, I'm gonna walk 70 miles to where my girlfriend's bunker is, and I'm gonna go see her. The power of love. Or like Cinema Sins would say,
the power of boners is stronger.
So this is really where your adventure starts. He leaves his bunker and goes 70 miles. I think it takes him 3 days or something to get to his girlfriend. And you know what? The whole time I was thinking, it's been 7 years since you ain't seen her. I mean, chances are, you know. And I swear to God, if the movie actually ended up with her just waiting for him after 7 years, I would have said this movie's a piece of shit. But enough for the spoilers. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought the movie was gonna suck. I mean, the movie starts with narration. They dump a whole bunch of exposition on us. And you know what? To be honest, I just thought it was gonna be a CGI mess, a little bit of Michael Rooker up in there, you know, to make it slightly better, and that's it. But I was wrong. The movie actually has substance. I mean, don't get me wrong, the movie's dumb, but it's called Love and Monsters. It's to be expected, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the movie takes you on such a good journey that you learn with the character and you experience everything that the character experienced, that by the end of the movie, or should I say by the third act, every decision the character makes, you be like, yeah, I can see myself making those exact same decisions. And I think that's great storytelling. That's good writing. Obviously, with a whole lot of narration, it's easy to put yourself in the character's shoe, but it's done well this time. Like, I hate narration most of the time, but this was done well. Not too bad.
How far away is Amy's colony?
85 miles. It's an impossible journey.
Everything will try to kill you.
Don't fight, just run and hide.
Okay.
Now, to be honest, not a lot of the characters get fleshed out in this movie, which it's not needed. I mean, Dylan O'Brien's character as the main character is really the only character we know, as well as a few characters that he gets to meet along the way. And now the good thing about the main character is that he's not your superhero looking, he's not your Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's a regular guy. There's nothing special about him. As a matter of fact, he's scared to death of everything. So to watch him grow and watch him change throughout the movie was a good experience. And like I said, he's the only one that's actually fleshed out, as well as the people he meet along the way. And he meets the Michael Rooker character and this little girl. They've been through a lot, but they're the one who actually teach him the ways of the surface, basically, and how to survive on the surface. And I thought these characters added a lot to the movie. It's like everybody's lost something, but these two, they keeping it moving. They ain't got time to stay in a bunker and all of that. So they thought, you know what, they're gonna go up on the surface and learn how to survive there. And with that, they're able to teach our main character. But the best person he meets, actually he's not even a person, is a dog. A dog is the first person he meets, and I ain't gonna lie, the dog has so much acting range. For real, the dog is better than a lot of actors out right now. And I like the way they used this dog in the movie. The dog had character. The dog, the dog doesn't say a word. Obviously, dogs can't talk. But the dog has a backstory somehow. That dog is now my favorite movie dog. For real. So you have the dog from I Am Legend, number 3. Then you have the dog from John Wick, number 2. And the dog from Love and Monsters is number 1. Honestly, he's the best character in this movie. Now the visuals are not groundbreaking or anything, but then again the movie doesn't take itself too seriously, so I guess the visual kind of complements the tone of the movie. And another good thing is that the movie doesn't really shove monsters all up in your face, you know, jump scares or just monsters for the sake of monsters. I think every monster in this movie is actually there to push the plot forward or to enhance the theme of the movie. You know, I mean, for real, they could have went ahead and had monsters all over the place for no reason, but every monster you have in this movie actually has a meaning and a reason for being there. I don't mean a reason for being there as in that's where their nest is, so that's why they're supposed to be there. I mean more supposed to be there to enhance the story. You could actually tell they spend their time crafting the whole monster world and how it would impact the story. I ain't gonna lie, I've always liked Dylan O'Brien. The first time I saw him was in Maze Runner, and I think that's probably the only time. But I liked him in those movies, and I know he did a good job because I don't like the Maze Runner movies, but I liked him in it. And I think he was great in this movie. He really plays the part of the normal kid, slightly nerdy, you know, and he plays that part well. You actually believe that's actually how some of these kids would react in that situation. It's like he's got the face for it, you know. Michael Rooker, on the other hand, I love that actor. I loved him in Walking Dead, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I hated him in Walking Dead. But you know why? It's because he did such a great job in Walking Dead that I hated his character. You know what I mean? I also like him in, obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy. But in this movie, he was okay. I mean, what I mean is anybody could have played his part in this movie. Like, he didn't bring anything special. And that doesn't mean it's bad. I guess it's my expectation there. Every time I see Michael Rooker, it's like, wow, great performance. So I guess this film was just like, Michael Rooker's in it. Now hold up a second. Here's my problem with Love and Monster. The more the movie goes on, the better it gets. But the more it goes on, the more it falls apart. And what I mean by that is, you have Michael Rooker surviving on the surface with a little girl. You have our main character, Joe, played by Dylan O'Brien. And he is no hero, like I said, just a regular skinny dude, you know what I'm saying, just going ahead, has no knowledge of nothing, he just goes and he makes it. I don't know, like 90 miles or something, takes him 3 days, but he makes it, gets to his girlfriend, right? He has one grenade and a bow and arrow. He makes it. So now I'm wondering is, how did we lose most of the population? If a man can make it 70 miles.
And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
Right? With a bow and arrow and a grenade. One grenade. And he can make it all the way there. How the hell did most of the population died when that whole thing happened? I mean, I understand, you know, would it definitely reshape how we see things on the planet? Definitely. A lot of people would have died. Definitely. But that many people died that we have to go live in a bunker underground when one guy can make it with just a bow and arrow and a grenade? What happened to our military? Doesn't make any sense. If a man can make it with a bow and arrow and a grenade, I'm sorry, man. You can make it with a handgun. You can make it with a fucking sword, knife.
None of this makes sense.
Another thing is, which animals got mutated and which one didn't? Like, why didn't the dog mutate it? Why didn't humans mutate? You know. Maybe it's one of those things you're not supposed to look too deep into. It kind of falls apart. You know. So, overall, it's a good movie. It's lighthearted. You know what I mean? Good acting. Michael Rooker in there. Mr. O'Brien in there. And it's right. It's a nice little friendly family story. Everybody will enjoy it. It does fall apart, like I said. But no. I'm not going to go into that again. So, overall, it's pretty awesome. It drags a little bit, but I guess it's because of narration and exposition and all that. But, yeah, you can look past that. The story is compelling enough to, you can look past some of the bad bits. But, yeah. So, do I really have to rate this movie? Honestly, it's not a Sunday movie. It's not the kind of movies you watch when you ain't got nothing to do. It's not shit. It's not that great. It's pretty lighthearted. The whole family could enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 6. Yeah, I think we'll give it a 6. Love and Monsters. Why not?
So you're not even gonna say thanks for watching. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and yeah. Now was that so fucking hard?